There is a refueling habit that over half of Chevy owners do every single time they pull up to the gas pump, and it is slowly killing a part inside your truck that costs anywhere from $400 to almost $900 to replace. The worst part is GM knows about it. They have issued special warranty extensions on multiple Chevy models because of it, and yet nobody talks about it. Today I am going to walk you through 8 refueling mistakes that are costing Chevy owners thousands of dollars in repairs they never saw coming. Number 1. Topping off the tank. I cannot tell you how many Chevys I have worked on where the owner comes in with a check engine light, and the first thing I ask is whether they top off their gas tank. Almost every single time, the answer is yes. That extra squeeze after the pump clicks off feels like you are getting more for your money, but what you are actually doing is forcing liquid gasoline past the fill limit and into your Chevy's evap system. The charcoal canister mounted underneath the vehicle near the fuel tank is designed to absorb fuel vapors only. When liquid fuel floods into it, the charcoal breaks down into a soggy mess that clogs everything downstream. I dug into this one pretty deep because I kept seeing the same pattern in the shop. The charcoal particles migrate into the purge valve and the vent solenoid, and once those fail, you are looking at a replacement chain that starts with a $100 solenoid and can climb all the way to an $870 charcoal canister replacement on a Chevy Trax. General Motors has revised one technical service bulletin at least 9 times trying to fix the vent solenoid issue on Silverados alone, and they extended the warranty on evap purge valves to 15 years on the Traverse and Trax because so many were failing. If your Chevy's check engine light comes on after refueling, topping off is the first thing I would investigate. Number 2. Using the wrong octane fuel. This one catches a lot of Chevy owners off guard because there is a real difference between the words required and recommended on your fuel door sticker. If you own a Corvette Z06 or a Camaro SS, premium fuel is required. The owner's manual says using lower octane fuel may void your warranty on those engines. I personally talked to a guy whose dealership filled his Corvette with 86 octane regular, and the car started skipping and backfiring through the intake manifold right there on the lot. For the Silverado with the 6.2-liter engine, premium is recommended, not required. The engine will run on 87 octane, but your computer pulls timing back to prevent engine knock, and you lose roughly 5 to 10% of your rated horsepower doing that. Forum owners who tested both fuels back-to-back with data loggers found that the fuel economy improvement from premium actually offset the higher price per gallon, making it cheaper per mile in the long run. Now on the flip side, if your Chevy has the 5.3 liter or the 4.3 liter and the sticker says regular, do not waste your money on premium. The engine computer has no higher octane timing map to take advantage of. You are just burning extra cash at the pump for zero benefit. Number 3, filling gas cans in the truck bed. This one is for every Silverado and Colorado owner who has ever tossed a gas can in the bed and pulled up to the pump. I get it, it seems convenient. But the plastic bed liner in your truck, whether it is a spray-in coating or the factory composite bed, acts as an electrical insulator. When gasoline flows into an ungrounded container sitting on that insulated surface, static electricity builds up with no way to discharge. One spark at the can opening and you have a fire in the back of your truck. This is not theoretical. A federal workplace safety agency issued a formal hazard alert about this exact scenario after documenting burn injuries from pickup truck bed fires. Your Silverado owner's manual actually warns about this too, buried in the fuel section. The fix takes 2 seconds. Just set the gas can on the pavement next to the truck before you fill it. The ground provides a path for the static charge to dissipate safely. I have seen the aftermath of one of these fires, and trust me, it is not worth saving the 30 seconds of lifting a can out and back in. Number 4. Skipping top-tier fuel on direct injection engines. This is one of those quiet problems that does not show up for 50 or 60,000 miles, and by then it has already done serious damage. If your Chevy has a direct injection engine that includes the 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter truck engines, the Equinox 2.0 Turbo, and the 3.6-liter in the Traverse. With direct injection, fuel sprays directly into the combustion chamber instead of washing over the intake valves. That means oil vapors from the engine's ventilation system bake onto the back of those valves, unchecked, forming rock-hard carbon deposits over time. I dug into the research, and an independent study found that non-top-tier gasoline caused 19 times more engine deposits after just 4,000 miles of driving compared to top-tier fuel. The price difference is about 3 cents per gallon. 3 cents. GM was one of the founding members of the top-tier fuel standard back in 2004, and every modern Chevy owner's manual recommends it by name. If you have been filling up at the cheapest station in town, you might eventually be looking at a walnut blasting service to clean your intake valves, and that runs anywhere from $500 to $1,000 at a shop. A few extra cents per gallon is a lot cheaper than that. Number 5. Pouring diesel exhaust fluid into a Duramax diesel fuel tank. This is the single most expensive refueling mistake I have ever seen. I have seen it more times than you would think. Diesel exhaust fluid, called DEF, is a urea and water solution that goes into its own dedicated tank on your Duramax truck. But GM puts the DEF filler and the diesel filler inches apart from each other, both behind the same fuel door. One tired evening at a truck stop, and you're looking at a repair bill that can reach $22,000. DEF is extremely corrosive to the metals, rubber seals, and copper components inside your fuel system. If you catch the mistake before the fuel pump cycles, you might get away with a $3,000 to $5,000 tank and line replacement. But if the engine has actually run with DEF in the fuel, the damage spreads to every single component from the tank to the injectors. The high-pressure pump, fuel rails, all 8 injectors, every fuel line, everything has to come out. I read one post on a Duramax forum where the owner wrote that the repair cost him $21,000 and his warranty would not cover it because GM considers fuel contamination to be owner error. Even opening the driver's door on some newer Duramax trucks activates the fuel pump automatically, so the contamination can spread before you even realize what happened. If you are watching this and you own a Duramax, do yourself a favor. Put a bright-colored label or cap on the DEF filler so you can tell them apart at a glance, especially when you are filling up at night. A $2 roll of tape could save you a new truck payment. If you are finding this helpful, hit subscribe. I post new Chevy videos every week. Now back to the list. Number 6. Ignoring Capless fuel system quirks. If your Chevy is a 2017 or newer model, there is a good chance it has a capless fuel filler instead of a traditional gas cap. The system uses 2 spring-loaded flaps with rubber seals, and while it is convenient, it comes with some problems that GM does not really advertise. Water can pool around the fuel door opening and work its way past the flaps, especially on Silverados and Equinox models where the capless system was retrofitted into body panels originally designed for a capped system. In cold climates, that water freezes the flaps shut. Colorado and Silverado owners in the Northeast have reported showing up to the pump and being physically unable to insert the nozzle in winter. Debris and dusty environments can also trigger check engine lights by preventing the flaps from sealing properly. Something GM buries in the owner's manual is that every capless Chevy comes with an emergency funnel adapter, usually stowed with the spare tire tools. You need this adapter to pour fuel from a portable gas can. Jamming a gas can spout directly into the capless opening can bend the internal springs and trigger fault codes. GM also says not to click the pump handle more than 3 times after the initial shutoff on capless models, because overfilling can cause fuel to spill into the filler pocket. On the 2023 through 2025 Corvette Z06 and ZR1, that exact scenario led to a recall covering over 23,000 cars after fuel leaked onto a radiator and caused 4 fires. Number 7. Getting back in your car while the pump is running. This is the refueling fire risk that is actually real, and it has nothing to do with your phone. The Petroleum Equipment Institute has documented roughly 200 gas station fires caused by the same pattern. The driver starts pumping, gets back in the vehicle to stay warm or check their phone, slides across the seat, builds up a static charge, then steps out and touches the metal fuel nozzle. The discharge ignites gasoline vapor at the filler opening with as little as 1/5 of a millijoule of energy. Truck and SUV owners face higher risk because the taller step in height creates more friction against the seat fabric. The Institute's analysis of detailed incident reports found that 94% of the people involved were wearing rubber-soled shoes, which prevent your body from grounding naturally when your feet hit the pavement. If you must get back in your Chevy during fueling, touch a metal part of the vehicle body away from the filler opening before you go anywhere near the nozzle. If a flash fire does start at the filler neck, do not pull the nozzle out. Leave it in place, step away, and hit the emergency shutoff. The tank cannot explode because there is not enough oxygen inside it. Number 8. The phone myth and the real danger of leaving your engine running. I want to clear this up once and for all. Your cell phone is not going to blow up a gas station. It has never happened at a single gas station anywhere in the world. The Petroleum Equipment Institute and multiple independent testing teams, including the show Mythbusters, have all confirmed that a functioning phone cannot produce enough energy to ignite gasoline vapor. The signs at gas stations come from chain emails in the 1990s that confused static electricity fires with phone use because people happened to be on their phones when they got back in the car. What is actually dangerous is refueling with your engine running. Your Chevy's exhaust manifold reaches over 570 degrees Fahrenheit, and the catalytic converter gets above 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Gasoline vapor is heavier than air and pools at ground level, right near those hot components. That is why it is illegal to pump gas with the engine on in most states. Here is the modern twist that catches people off guard. If your Chevy has automatic stop-start and the engine shuts off when you put it in park, that is not the same as turning it off. The engine can restart automatically if the air conditioning compressor demands it or the battery voltage drops. Always press the engine start-stop button to fully power down before you get out and start pumping. Your owner's manual says the same thing. Those are 8 refueling mistakes that cost Chevy owners real money, and most of them are completely avoidable once you know what to look for. If you want to keep your Chevy running strong, check out my video on 10 tricks to make your Chevy run better. It is on screen now, and I think you will find it just as useful as this one.